The Nolan Show exclusive. Stormont's bathrooms are being attacked, and it's no laughing matter. The infrastructure of our democracy is being deliberately targeted, and the MLAs within Stormont have been told that this could compromise the safety and operational use of Parliament buildings. That's why this story is so important. Stormont officials have issued a warning to MLAs, assembly staff and others working at Parliament buildings. The Director of Corporate Services have confirmed that there have been a number of incidents in relation to deliberate flooding within the toilets over the last few months. The same bathroom has been flooded multiple times on the same day. The flooding has also happened over consecutive days. The TUV MLA, Timothy Gaston, with us this morning. Morning, Timothy.
Morning, Stephen.
You start to think, what type of moonbeam is doing this?
Absolutely, Stephen. This first came to my attention one morning. I was going to the toilet, and I walked into the toilet and seen that it was flooded. Somebody had deliberately blocked the drain and left the taps on. I then went to look for the ladies who were cleaning on the floor, who, might I say, do a great job. They're polite, they're courteous, they deserve our respect, and said to them that I'm just going to make your day bad, essentially, by giving you this news. And when I told them that the toilets had been flooded, their response was, not again. And then I started to ask and wonder, why has this happened before? To which they replied that this is a regular occurrence, where this is being done deliberately. Now, this is in the second floor. This is in an area only accessed and available to staff. To think that there's workers within that building that are going out of their way to do this and flood the toilets is simply mind-boggling. Let's put this in context.
Well, and before people start asking, Timothy, look, why is this the top story on the Nolan Show this morning in the context of the Chief Constable writing to the Treasury about police funding, and we will deal with those stories. But here's the whole point, in case some people don't get this. If someone is recklessly targeting the infrastructure of our seat of Parliament, what else are they capable of doing? If they're trying to disrupt things and they start off by deliberately flooding the building, what else is in their head? There's clearly a recklessness there that's potentially very dangerous to our politicians and the staff who work there.
Absolutely. This is the place which is meant to be, the law-making authority of Northern Ireland, not the law-breaking authority. And that's something that seriously concerns me, that when you have people in Parliament buildings that are going out of their way to cause these mindless acts and flood the toilets. Let's look at it. Stormont is an old historic building, and when the toilets are flooded, the damage that can do to the building itself. We've had the leaky roof, which has cost the taxpayer a fortune, and we have people within that building, or a person, it could be one person, it could be multiple people, within that building are going out of their way, and this is all being footed by the taxpayer, and I think this is deeply regrettable.
It could be a member of the public, right?
No, it couldn't be, Stephen. This is behind the areas that are only accessed by pass holders and staff. So this is in the second floor.
That makes it even more scary, right? It's
the toilets.
It's someone with a pass.
Yeah. The toilets, I presume they're talking about, is the ones on the second floor, and that's the ones I walked in on, that were completely submerged in water. And that is only accessed by pass holders and indeed staff within the building. So it's not open to members of the public. It's somebody that's employed within that building is doing this. And it's mindless and childish vandalism, and people in there need to grow up and they need to catch whoever's doing it and put an end to it.
Are you in no doubt that this is deliberate?
Well, Stephen, I went in to the toilets that morning. Somebody had physically blocked the drain and left the taps on.
What do you mean physically blocked it? With what? What do you mean?
They put, I have no idea, but they put something down the drain to block it and left the taps on. So Stormont has had to take steps to stop that happening. It's happened twice that I know of in the last 2-3 weeks, and that's what prompted me to put in a question to the Commission to understand how many times this has happened and how many times it's been reported, but they've had to change the tap so that somebody couldn't leave them on.
Yeah, and we understand. And look, your party has been pursuing this story. You absolutely have. We understand that in one of the days, and that this has happened over multiple days on the multiple times on the same day, that it was blocked, cleared, and then blocked again by someone, and it's flooded on a number of occasions on the same day, and then someone was at it on consecutive days. Now, here's my question, Timothy. Obviously, cameras can't be in toilets, but are cameras in the corridors leading up to those bathrooms in Stormont, or what way does it work? Is there much CCTV around Stormont?
There's CCTV in Stormont, but I'm not aware in that area if there's cameras located close to the toilets. It's not something I've paid attention to. I can only speak to the times that I know of. I've either physically seen that the toilets are flooded or seen that they've been out of action because of that.
So what needs to be done now? The Stormont authorities are now increasing surveillance across the floors. I don't know whether that's putting more cameras in or more people now patrolling Stormont. How safe is it in there if someone's able to do this, Timothy?
I would imagine it's the ushers and security walking around the buildings, a lot more going in and physically checking that the taps haven't been left on. I've never felt any threat to my security. I just think this is a mindless act of vandalism, and it needs to stop and needs to stop now. It's costing the taxpayer money, and my goodness, we don't have money for a lot of things, but to be throwing it away to clean up the toilets and put more work onto hard-pressed cleaners who do an excellent job in the building, have it clean, have it tidy, and are very courteous any time you meet them, I think is mindless. They deserve our respect. They don't deserve somebody to be doing this on purpose. A
spokesperson for the Assembly has told the Nolan Show that this is a serious matter which could compromise the safety and operational use of Parliament buildings, that surveillance has been increased across all floors of Stormont, and they're urging people within the Stormont estate to report any incidents that they witness, be they accidental or indeed intentional.